Hi everybody, it's Sarah. Today we're going to talk about what our snake friends can expect in the year of the metal rat. The snake is the sixth in the order of the Chinese zodiac animals. And it's really interesting because in the West, the snake is not something that people are proud of. Calling someone a snake is actually kind of a derogatory. In Chinese mythology, the creator of the universe had the head of a human and the body of a snake. And snakes are very necessary in our ecosystem and they serve a purpose. It's just like I say, in the West, we become fearful of them and they aren't prized or looked on favorably. And I know a lot of people, when they talk to me about the astrology, will tell me, oh, I'm a snake, like that, like they don't like it. But you know what? It's a really magical sign and it's a very good sign. It's really lucky to be a snake. Also, we call the snake sometimes a serpent, not to be confused with the dragon, which is the sign before the snake. And those two videos went up, links below on that too. Snakes are known to be very refined. They have a good sense of humor, they're sophisticated, they're not prone to small talk or idle chatter. Snakes are very deep thinkers and planners. A lot of times they come off aloof and people consider them to be snobs just because they don't chit-chat. And it's not because they think they're better than the other signs, that's not it. It's just because it's not something that appeals to them and they don't excel at it. In a chaotic situation or in an emergency, you will definitely recognize the snake people. They are able to calm down, assess the situation, and then step up and do whatever needs to be done. They make great leaders, they're great first responders, great doctors. They really help people and give selflessly. In general, snakes don't particularly like to be put on the spot though. Now they can do it, and like I say, they're great at it, but they don't really like that. They like to think about what they're doing and go over the pros and cons, make a plan, write out some goals. They're very meticulous in building their strategy. Usually they're very much on the money and right. So their skills are very, very good. The year of the rat is going to be really interesting because so many opportunities are going to be offered to the snake that you're not going to have time to really ruminate over them and make a decision like you would like. Some of these opportunities come with a very short time stamp, so you're going to have to make a decision quickly. That's why it's really important to decide now, before we go into 2020, what you actually want to accomplish. And not to put any pressure on you, but the last several years, probably the last 5 years, have not been the best for the snake. They haven't been horrible, but they haven't been the best. 2020 can turn all that around and be a great year. And we're going to discuss money, finances, health, and love in just a second. But I really want you to hear this. The next year, 2021, is the year of the ox, and it is not favorable for you. So the reason I'm telling you that now is do things in the end of 2019 and in 2020 to cushion that blow of not a favorable year. And by that I mean, it's like, don't start projects in 2021. Start them at 2019 or 2020. You've already started the business. You've already gotten those projects at work off the ground so that you don't have to try that in 2021. In making the most of 2020, we can definitely soften the impact of 2021. So okay, let's break it down. For your health, snakes can be picky eaters and they thrive better though when they follow a balanced diet. The big thing to watch out with your health in 2020 is being overly stressed and overly tired. The pace is going to pick up. You're going to have all these opportunities. Your social circle is going to expand. All these wonderful things are going to be happening. So you're likely to skip your self-care. You're likely to skip meals and probably burn the candle at both ends. But you know yourself, you feel better when you get enough sleep and when you do take care of yourself. If you stay stressed, you're likely to get the flu, probably have a cold and fever during the year, and also could have some stomach issues. Nothing horrible, but you know what you should be eating, and there's really no excuse for not eating correctly, right? In general, snakes don't like to show their emotions and they're prone to keeping them to themselves and bottling them up, which causes them to suffer from stress and anxiety. This is something that you really need to work on in 2020 so that you don't end up stressed and unable to take advantage of some of these great opportunities that are coming forward. So generally, things are going to be better Just maintain an even keel. Try and stay in balance. And that may mean doing regular exercise, getting to bed at a decent time, and giving up the spicy foods or the alcohol, at least for the really stressful times. And I'll put the dates up in a slide right now that where you need to really be watchful of your health. The snake forecast for money shows that your financial luck will be kind of going back and forth. It's not going to be a horrible year, and it actually has the potential of being a very successful year for you. But there are some key points. Be conservative, because not only are you saving for 2020, you're saving for 2021 as well. Really watch that your expenses don't get out of hand. Plus, you will have some opportunities for travel as well, and I'll discuss that in just a moment. And you don't have to blow the budget on these little weekend getaways. You can save up for a big trip and still be okay. I would say check your investments too. 2020 is not a good year to invest. And if you are investing now, go back over it, audit the account, and see if you're actually making any money. If you're not, maybe slow down the rate of money you're putting into this investment account. I'm not saying stop, and I'm not saying cash it in, but just slow it down, okay? One of the big things to watch in 2020 is make sure that you're not spending the money as fast as it's coming in. If you can save it, be cautious and conservative, then you're going to have a very lucrative year, and you'll have enough to see you through the next year as well. So it's really about that. It's really about being knowledgeable about where the money is going and being more conservative with your expenses. Okay, so the money's going to be coming in. What are we talking about with your career? Well, your career shows actually better than average luck. In fact, you can count on yourself more than anyone else to boost your career. But this also means you're probably going to be working much more, longer hours, nights and weekends. This energy is going to push you out of your comfort zone, get you out there more, and you're going to need the support of your coworkers, your partners, your family to help you stay in balance and to help you achieve everything that you're going to be trying to pull off in your career in 2020. Will you be able to do it? Of course you will, but you're going to need assistance from the people around you. And they're more than willing to help you too. It's just Snake doesn't like to ask for help. Talk to your team, talk to your office mates, talk to your partners, or if you're self-employed, talk to your family and see if you can't get some help, because you're going to need it with so many things going on. I would also say don't make any drastic career changes in 2020. If you know already you want to change your career or your major at school or start a business, do it now. Do it definitely before 2021. There is a probability that you'll be offered a career move, a promotion that it'll be more notoriety or recognition than it will be financial gain that could come with a new location, moving house. Now, whether you take this or not is up to you, but it's going to be something that probably comes out of the blue and will almost be too good to pass up. But it's not something that you're planning on. It's not something that you ever thought about. So therefore, you're going to be very hesitant to move forward on it. Should you do it? Well, that's totally up to you. The one other thing with your career, which is really interesting, is you're going to reach a new level of success. And it's not necessarily monetary success. It's more like recognition. I mean, the money's coming, don't get me wrong, but it's more, you're going to become more renown in your field. And with that comes some jealousy from people around you who will think that this is an overnight success and how did you possibly do this? And there will be some possibilities of some backstabbing because of it. In reality, this is not an overnight success. You've been working very hard to get where you are and you have a plan. These people just don't see it or don't care to see it. So it's not about you, and there's really nothing you can do about it. It's about them and how they perceive the world. Just keep doing what you're doing and don't worry about it. Just let it roll off of you. They'll be gone out of your circle in no time. And that was another thing. Your circle will be expanding because of work, because of your career. You're going to be meeting new people and having these other experiences that are going to lead you to even a bigger circle of friends. Now, that doesn't mean that you should invite all these people to your home, and you're not likely to do that anyway because Snake values their privacy. But just be kind of wary. You're very good at reading people and trusting your instincts. So it's not often that you are fooled by people or that you end up like maybe making a bad investment. You generally don't. You're cautious, tap into your intuition, follow it. And you should be much more able to do that in 2022 if you can stay calm. And that seems, I know, a broken record. She just keeps saying, stay calm, don't stress. Yeah, it's going to be kind of like that. With all these opportunities, all this work, all of this stuff happening, and all these invitations to go to these places, you're going to feel like it's too much and it's too fast. So schedule in now on your calendar some downtime, some family time, some time to just be and take care of you. Okay, so that leaves us with love, the love forecast for 2020. 2020 is not going to be the most favorable year for Snake to find true love. So if you're single, you're probably not going to take the relationship up to the next level or find that perfect person. Now, that doesn't mean you can't date, but one of the things that the rat energy is bringing forward is a lesson on not wasting our time with people that we know aren't exactly right for us. So if you're single, you're suddenly not going to want to do that. You're not going to want to date Mr. Okay, sorta, or Miss She's Close Enough. No, you're not going to want to waste your time. But that doesn't mean you can't go out and have fun, meet new people, and hang out with your friends. It's going to be a very social year, and you're going to have a lot of fun. But there's, the chances of you meeting, your life partner are pretty slim. If you're already in a committed relationship prior to 2020, it could intensify and you could end up moving in together. I don't really see a wedding in the next 2 years, but that's okay. Take your time and enjoy it. For the married snakes, you can expect to grow closer to your partner over the course of 2020. This happens through teamwork, cooperation, and mostly communication, because that's going to be one big factor in your love forecast. Is you're going to be pushed to talk more about how you truly feel about everything, from work to diet to the weather to everything. You're going to have to communicate more and allow your feelings out. Snake doesn't really like to do that because they're very private people, but it's okay. Your trusted people and definitely your romantic partner want to know these things, and your friends want to know too. And as you open up with your partner, you'll remember why you ended up together and why you ultimately fell in love. So don't be afraid to share your feelings. And it's very likely too that your family will have to make some adjustments because of your work schedule changing. And being honest about that and upfront will make it much easier for everyone. So all in all, it looks like a really promising year. The downside is, of course, you're going to have to work hard. You're going to have to get out of your comfort zone. And as I was telling someone the other day, Snake needs to shed its skin, basically. You're in a growth period where you are growing and changing and becoming who you're supposed to be, which is great. Is it going to be easy? No, probably not, because it is moving out of your comfort zone. Can you do it? Of course you can. You can ace this if you come from a place of rest and comfort. If you come from a place being stressed, angry, and upset, no, it's going to be really difficult. So that's the whole key. Self-care, take care of you, rely on the people around you because they love you and they want to support you and want to help you. You just have to open up and allow them to help you. Your travel outlook looks very good. Start budgeting as soon as you hear about the trip so that you have more than enough money and not that kind of stress over traveling on a tight budget. But everything looks favorable, that you'll have a good time and everything will work out well on these adventures. Overall, one of your key safety factors will be keeping a budget and really keeping a good track of how much money is coming in and how much is going out. You can go shopping, don't get me wrong, you can, but watch your spending, and it is tempting for the snakes to buy for the people that they really care about or lavish gifts on their loved ones. So kind of tone that down in the coming year. It doesn't mean that you can't go shopping, you can, but just be aware that you're not spending more money than what's coming in. You need to bank money for 2020 and for 2021. Doing so will make things go much smoother. Money will definitely be coming in with your career and your business during 2020, and with that, though, you have more responsibility, which leads to more stress, which leads to you eating poorly. And you see how it works. That's why you need a plan now. But you can handle it. Snake's got this. It's going to be a good year. Okay? Once again, if you haven't watched the 2020 preview, the Year of the Rat video, links above and links below. Okay, stay tuned for the next one. Reiki blessings. Bye-bye.